The gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman from Texas.
It's my pleasure to recognize for 2 minutes the congressman from Texas, Congressman Paul, for 2 minutes.
The gentleman from Texas is recognized for 2 minutes.
I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks, and I thank the chairman for yielding. I would like to start off by saying that I admire political courage, and I've been fascinated by the members from the other side of the aisle who have been willing, in the light of day and before the American people, to stand up and tell us that they do like it to be easy to raise taxes, and they object to making it more difficult to raise taxes. So I admire them for that. But we must ask, why are taxes high? Taxes are high because government is big. We're dealing with only one half of the equation. As long as the American people want big government, as long as they want a welfare state, and as long as they believe we should police the world, taxes will remain high. This is a token effort to move in the right direction of limiting taxes. Big government is financed in 3 different ways. First, we borrow money. Borrowing is legal under the Constitution. Although that was debated at the Constitutional Convention and the Jeffersonians lost, someday we should deal with that. We should not be able to borrow to finance big government. Something that we do also here in Washington, which is unconstitutional, is to inflate the currency to pay for debt. Last year, the Federal Reserve bought Treasury debt to the tune of $43 billion. This helps finance big government. This is illegal, unconstitutional, and is damaging to our economy. But we're dealing with taxes today. Taxes today are at the highest peacetime level ever, going over 21% of the GDP. The problem is the taxes are too high. I commend Mr. Barton from Texas for bringing this measure to the floor. I would say this is a modest approach. Today we can raise taxes with a 50% vote. I and others would like to make it 100%. It would be great if we needed 100% of the people to vote to raise taxes. I see this as a modest compromise and one of moderation. So I would say that I strongly endorse this move to make it more difficult in a very modest way.
The gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman from North Carolina.
Speaker, I yield myself 1 minute just for the purpose of asking Mr. Paul a question. I take it that he believes the government is too big, and that's a function of both what it takes in and what it goes out, what it spends out. So would it be fair to say that you would support a constitutional amendment requiring a two-thirds vote for expenditures, too?
You know, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
I thought that might be the case.
Yes, I think that...
I reserve the balance of my time, Mr. Speaker.